And just to remind everybody, question of the day, la questione de la jour is, I don't even know if that was French or Spanish or what exactly. Just felt like it. It came over me. Welcome. Oh my God, another caller. Okay, I wanted to, well, before the caller, I want to introduce Dimitri. I was going to say Dimitri Vegas, who's a DJ. Dimitri Yuri, everybody, our film expert here on the show. Dimitri, welcome back to the show.
Hello, everybody.
He's not Russian. That was completely fabricated, just for effect.
Oh, it was worth a try.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
It's
My
good.
man,
4 tickets or so to Disney on Ice. Dimitri, real quick, before we get another caller, what do you do here on the show?
Oh, I come here every Thursday and we talk about the new releases in cinemas. Then we maybe talk about some movie news, and then finally we play a game.
Best job
And
ever.
most of the times I beat you, but last week was different.
Not last week.
Last week was an exception. Let's put it that way.
Last week was an exception indeed, and you dared make fun of me.
It's because
You mocked me before we
It's
started.
because it's Disney themed, and even though I love Disney, I don't know that much about, you probably know
Oh,
more
are you
about
above?
Disney.
Are you above Disney now? Is
No,
that what you're
I love
saying?
Disney. I think Disney's good. I know more about the Disney classics than the new stuff that comes out.
Oh,
but,
he's a hipster Disney.
Yeah, I'm a
Go.
hipster Disney fan. Yeah,
Disney fan.
I like the stuff that's not mainstream anymore.
It's always good to have you on the show, Dimitri. So what's coming out this weekend? What's
All
happening?
right. So we have two big releases that I want to talk about, and then we'll talk about some other things. The first one is Age of Adeline. It's with Blake Lively, the girl from Gossip Girl and Green Lantern. And it's about this woman who becomes immortal after an accident that she has in the turn of the 20th century.
It really reminded me of The Man from Earth.
And by the way, that's one of the things we're going to talk about because I watched it.
Oh, what did you think?
I liked it.
I liked it a
yeah.
lot. It was
very
a
cool.
great film.
It was
yeah.
one of the worst directed movies I've ever seen in my life, and yet it's still a really good film.
Oh my God, the script was just
Yeah,
really
the
good.
script. It was all
the
the
script
script.
was so good.
It was all the script.
And my God, how low budget was this thing?
Oh,
I mean, it must have cost nothing.
It was a TV movie, I think. It
Yeah.
was terrible. Yeah.
Like it must have
It
cost just the
looked
cameras.
like it was filmed with a toaster. It was absolutely awful. But it was a great story. Great story.
I'm glad that you watched it, and we'll get to talk about it. But let's focus on Age of Adeline.
Yeah. So is it Adeline or Adeline?
I don't
know.
know.
I never heard anyone.
We had the
say
same
name.
conversation yesterday
Yeah,
because you said
Coraline. I said Coraline.
I said Coraline.
I think it's Coraline.
Jamie, you're the only one who's an actual native English speaker here. I'm right.
Coraline.
Ha ha.
All right. So she has an accident in the turn of the 20th century, and then she becomes kind of immortal. She just doesn't age or doesn't die. And it's directed by this guy called Lee Toland Krieger. He also wrote and directed Celeste and Jesse Forever. I don't know if you know that movie with Andy Samberg and what's the name of the girl from The Office? I forgot now. The one
Pam?
that
I know her
Rashida Jones. Rashida Jones.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and it has Harrison Ford in it as well, and it seems like a pretty decent movie. I mean, the response from the public and from the critics hasn't been amazing, but it hasn't been negative either. I think it has like a 76%, 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a decent grade on IMDb. People are really enjoying it. It's a romance, so you know what you're expecting. If you like romances, go watch it. If you don't, you'll probably be bored by it. I like it, so I'll probably check it out.
I think it's a cool premise, but I think it's also predictable. Like, I feel like I'd go in knowing exactly where the film would go. It's got
I don't know.
you know, that Benjamin Button-y
Yeah,
feel
definitely,
to it,
definitely.
right?
But like Benjamin Button is a great film. I love Benjamin.
Yeah,
Button.
but you know, it would be about how they don't age, and you know, they lose the people they love because they end up dying and they age and
but
wither.
that's a pretty great story.
It is. No, it is. It is. But I feel like I would know maybe not the end, but I would know where it's going. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It definitely seems beautifully shot. And
Yeah.
Back to you, Dimitri. And you're taking the next caller, by the way.
Oh, I am?
Just so you know, yes.
Okay, well, it'll be the first time. I'm nervous.
Don't be. You got this, bro.
Okay, so
we talked about two films: Age of Adeline
and Tracers.
and Tracers. So Age of Adeline, that more
I would
likely here.
recommend, but I mean, they're two very different movies.
They are.
So if you want more of an action film, I guess go for. I mean, go watch Furious 7 again.
I don't mind.
Go watch Big Game or something like
Parkour is. I mean, I feel like parkour is. Oh my God, man, that's so 2008.
that. Totally, my God.
Totally. Parkour is kind of old news now, especially that there haven't been any sort of leaps and bounds in that field.
Yeah.
I think the people who started parkour, like within 2-3 years, they'd already reached the limit of like
Yeah.
what the human body can achieve.
And now they're just like, yeah, we jump from here to there.
Yep, that's what we do. It took the world of the internet by surprise through a series of viral videos at the time. But
Then they made so many movies with characters that are really good at parkour, and I think the best,
The French.
the best ever made was the chase scene in Casino Royale. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
very beginning.
The very
when
beginning,
they're
yeah, that
on
was the best,
island.
and it was one of the first ones that I had seen of parkour in cinema, and it worked amazingly.
There's a French film that came out a few years back, I think even before
it
Casino
the-
Royale. I
yeah.
can't remember the name.
I know which one you're talking. There's the District 13 or something like that.
No.
Precinct Assault.
Oh,
Precinct
something
something.
like that.
And there was also that one that was remade with Paul Walker as well.
Oh, is that a recent one?
Yeah, it was Brick Mansions. It was also
Oh.
about parkour.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I remember that from the trailer. Well, parkour is cool. There's no denying that. Whether Taylor Lautner could pull it off or not, we'll see. All right, what else we got?
Okay, so I thought we could talk about Man from Earth, but I think we already addressed
Let's
that.
talk about. I mean, I love them. I could talk about
I
that
loved
movie
it. Yeah.
forever.
Do you want to summarize the plot, the premise of the movie?
Man on Earth, and there is a fully detailed silver screen episode about this that you guys can catch on our website, www.qfradio.com. Man from Earth is about a professor who decides he's leaving, he's traveling, he's going somewhere else, he's going to leave his life behind, and all his fellow professors come to say bye to him. He didn't really want them to be there. And they start, they feel like it's a little fishy why he's leaving all of a sudden. He didn't say bye to anyone. He's been with them for a decade almost. And he decides to tell them that he's actually an immortal man who has survived from the
Cro-Magnon.
From the Cro-Magnon. From the Cro-Magnon era, 140,000 years old. No spoilers there. You find that out in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and the movie is... It really looks like a cheap TV movie. I mean, it's terrible. The audio is mostly ADR, so like they recorded it after.
Yeah.
So it's terrible visually. It's offensive.
But come on, it was
anyone
bad.
who appreciates good cinema. But the screenplay is really good.
It's a work
It's
of
really
art.
good, and
Yeah.
it's by Jerome. I think it's Jerome Bixby.
Mhm.
That's the name of the writer, and he's a very famous sci-fi writer. He wrote a bunch of episodes for the Twilight Zone, and this has a lot of a Twilight Zone-y kind of feel to it.
It's got 8.0 on IMDb. This
Yeah.
is not by no
And
means
I
is this a
think-
bad film.
Yeah, and I think like 200,000 votes as well. Something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah, it's
which is
from
a lot. Yeah.
108,000 users here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So a lot of people really love this film, and I can definitely see why. The screenplay is really nice. It really triggers your imagination.
Mhm.
I loved it.
And it's worth mentioning that the entire film is shot in one room.
Yeah.
It's shot in one location.
Mhm.
That's the only location where everything happens. So
And like for the looks of it, like in one day they did all of it. 'Cause it just seemed like it was so rushed.
they could have honestly could have been all shot in one day.
No, they
But-
didn't. But
The screenplay definitely carries it through and through. Though.
definitely, even the acting is not that great. There are a few good actors there.
Yeah.
I think the actor who plays the psychologist is really good. The old man.
Right.
I think that guy's great. The protagonist, not so much.
The protagonist, I mean, it's so hard. Can you imagine? How do you get into that character?
I mean, that's the job of an actor, isn't it?
I know, but I mean, there's not a lot to work with, considering.
I think there's
that
a
the
lot to work with.
No, considering the location.
Oh yeah,
considering
no, sure, but
It's not like there are any intense scenes that a little actiony that would bring out certain emotions. It's all just sitting in a room. You're sitting in a room the whole time, and it's the same actors. Or I don't know. I thought that he did a good job.
I think it could have been more nuanced. But
Yeah?
yeah. But I mean, they had a budget, so they couldn't get Daniel Day-Lewis to do it. But imagine a remake with Daniel Day-Lewis. Come on.
That's.
That would be
I
amazing.
mean, put star power on it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Okay, I think we got time for one more film.
Yeah, no, let's talk about. I want to talk about Child 44. And
Child
it's,
44. We got about 2 minutes.
2
for that.
minutes. Okay, fine.